I repeat what I said. You're always very courteous, and I thank you for your kindness. These questions for Mr. Moeller. Mr. Moeller, as utilities build new natural gas electric generating facilities, they retire older coal-fired plants and retrofit other coal-fired plants to comply with EPA regulations such as the Mercury Rule. Do you believe that the Midwest region will have the capacity necessary in terms of electrical generation to meet the demand?
Yes, sir.
Now, is more time needed for compliance under the Mercury Rule to give time for new gas infrastructure and generation to be built?
There may be a small number of projects that will require additional time as they work their way through the construction process.
I'd appreciate it if you would add some remarks for the record later and on these 2 points.
Yes, sir.
Now, sir, in your in her testimony, Commissioner LaFleur said that FERC has been told that the need for infrastructure is a regional issue that requires regional solutions. You also noted that to keep up with demand, the current system will need to be expanded. Given demands for natural gas, both now and projected in the future, how long do you anticipate it will take to build the infrastructure necessary to serve the Midwest region?
Typically, construction of natural gas pipeline takes between 3 and 5 years. It will take us on the order of 3 years to understand what pipelines we should ask for.
Now, how do we add also to that some permitting time? Because pipelines are not always greeted with vast acclaim when somebody comes forward.
3 years is the quick time, and 5 years is if there are permitting issues that need to be worked through, sir.
Now, what will the approximate cost be for this new infrastructure?
Our first guess at that cost would be in the range of $3 to $5 billion.
Now, who will ultimately bear the burden of these costs? The ratepayers, the utilities, the owners of the pipeline?
Ratepayers, at the end of the day, pay for the infrastructure, sir.
And that's a standard rule. That just always happens.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now, in your testimony, you note that given the nature of pipeline contracts with utilities, some natural gas-fired plants cannot run to provide additional generation during certain peak events. Do you believe that there are changes to be made to ensure utilities have the contracts in place that provide the supply they need to run longer? Please answer yes or no.
Yes.
Would you like to add to that for the record later, if you please?
We can do that, yes, sir.
Now, with improved weather forecasting and the increased use of wind to generate electricity, do you believe that this and other forms of renewable electricity should be included in resource adequacy predictions? Yes or no?
Yes.
And would you submit to us your comments as to why this would be so for the record?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, you've been most gracious. Thank you to our panel. And I'd just like to make one observation. I've been dealing with these energy questions for years and years and years. And the free economic system always surprises us by how well it works, but it has a lot of other surprises in it for us. And technology seems to change under our feet. We find that where we were anticipating shortages, we all of a sudden have abundance. Where we anticipated abundance, we all of a sudden have shortages. And I worry constantly about the way things change under our feet and how it is we must act to see to it that we're ready when the next set of difficulties comes upon us, whether we get gas lines or cold winters and shutdowns and the gas pipelines crater and we have all kinds of troubles. And I'm hopeful that the nice picture that I see today is one which is going to be as nice or nicer tomorrow. But having been a little like the dog that backed into the hot stove, I'm not backing into any stoves, hot or cold, right now. So having said these things, your additional comments for the record would be appreciated. Mr. Chairman, I thank you.